Today's video is entitled The Gold Rush Principle. But before we go ahead and get started with today's video, if you'd like to see your odds of becoming a millionaire, be sure to take our performance-based personality test, because there are two personality traits that are the greatest predictors of wealth. And even if you don't have these traits, don't worry about it, because we'll walk you through on how to cultivate these traits. But you can do so at millionairetest.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Hey everyone, this is Christopher Brown here again from alphalifestyleacademy.com. As you can see behind me, I'm filming today's video here at Fort Wilderness, right in front of the Pioneer Hall. And the reason of this is this setting here, this resort, they've wanted to cater it or give you the environment that it's set during the 1860s during the California Gold Rush. But before we get to that, if you missed any of the previous videos in this video series, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you'll find a link for it up in the upper right hand corner. Now, I've been to a number of business events with 100 or 200 people in the room, and they'll play a little experiment on us. So they'll have us close our eyes, and then they'll ask us, they'll have us close our eyes and then identify from memory everything that is green in the room. And everybody's trying to think what was green in the room, and then they're like, okay, open up your eyes now. And most of the answers are incorrect. But then they'll do the experiment again. And then this time they'll say, so then when they opened up their eyes, then they're able to see everything that was green in the room. So then they'll say, okay, now let's do it again, and now identify everything that's red. So they'll close their eyes again and then identify what's red. But instead of asking what is red, they'll then play a trick on you on identifying what is black. So the point of this, what Einstein calls as a thought experiment, is that you don't see what you're not looking for. So you've been buying products, spending money all of your life, and companies have been marketing to you your entire life. However, because you were not aware of the Gold Rush Principle, you did not even observe it, you didn't even acknowledge it, even though major companies have been using this Gold Rush Principle all your entire life. So when it comes down to your own business, you can only come up with some very basic and very elementary marketing tactics. Now, one of the marketing tactics that you've probably fallen victim to is the Gold Rush Principle. And maybe only 1 out of every 100 small businesses are using this tactic. But it could mean the difference between you being a profitable company and struggling or perhaps even failing. And so the Gold Rush Principle is taking from the California Gold Rush, from a principle discovered during the California Gold Rush. So how much gold do you think that the very first millionaire found of the California Gold Rush? Now, the answer may surprise you. Now, Samuel Brannan, who was the first millionaire during the California Gold Rush, and he did so not by finding gold, but selling picks and shovels and the equipment and the tools that the gold prospectors needed. Now, if you've seen any of the previous videos in this series, you know that the top 1%ers of any industry are the innovators, the ones that think out of the box, the critical thinkers. So the top 1%, the innovators, follow Samuel Brannan's principles of this Gold Rush Principle by offering products and services, supportive services that establish us as the most credible experts in our field. For example, McDonald's follows this Gold Rush Principle. Now, if I was to ask you, what does McDonald's do, what would you say? Now, most of you would give me the answer that they are in the fast food business. So if you've seen the movie The Founder or read any of the past articles or interviews of Ray Kroc before his death, you know that Ray Kroc and McDonald's followed this Gold Rush Principle. So first of all, they were struggling just to survive, and we know them as a very, very successful business of today, but it's only because of following the Gold Rush Principle. But McDonald's does not consider themselves in the fast food business. McDonald's considers themselves in the real estate business, because McDonald's sells fast food which generates an income for them to finance their advertising and pay for all their operating expenses, which is another principle that we'll talk about here later. But it also generates a whole bunch of customers for them. So, you know, we've seen some of the old McDonald's signs back in the day. It said, you know, 99 billion served worldwide, right? So they take those customers, follow them through a system, and a few business-minded individuals decide to invest in a McDonald's franchise. Now, many people underestimate the power of the gold rush principle. And again, if you know anything about the background of McDonald's and how they struggled for the longest time, it was a money pit until they started using what they call as the franchise real estate system. So not only did the gold rush principle help McDonald's to become more profitable, but it helped them to establish themselves as the most recognizable brands in America, or actually even in the world. Again, so many businesses underestimate the power of the gold rush principle. Now, we know that 50% of businesses will be out of their business within their first 12 months, 80% of business will be out of business within their first 5 years, and 95% of businesses earn less than $50,000 a year. So what makes you so special and arrogant for you to think that you can do something that 95% of other businesses, or 95% of people and businesses, were not able to accomplish? And again, this is why we need to understand that the odds are against us, but we can win if we understand the numbers and understand what we need to do to set ourselves apart. So by following the gold rush principle, this could mean the difference between struggling and surviving, or in thriving. So within the next video, within this video series, we're going to look at how a real estate agent, by following the gold rush principle, was able to pull out the $2.5 million in profits. That was not the whole income that was generated, but that was the profits that was generated from a $250,000 real estate property. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, that way you do not miss that video and be notified as soon as we release that video. Also, if you've missed any of our previous videos within this video series, you'll find a link for it in the upper right hand corner. Now, if you're ready to go ahead and take the next step, get started with us, partner up with us so you can apply these principles into your business, you'll find the resources down directly below, directly underneath this video if you're watching this video on our website. But I had a blast recording this video for you here today. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye now.